Hey, I'm Will.
I'm Natalia.
And this is The Fruitful Marriage.
So today we just wanted to talk a little bit, kind of have a conversation with you guys, let you guys get to know us a little bit better before we dive into the content that we had lined out for you guys in the old video. Because we want you to trust us, to feel like you know us a little bit better, so that you know that our advice it's pure, it's true, it's from experience.
Yep. So today we're going to be talking about a little bit about our testimonies, right?
Our relationship testimony, not necessarily like exactly when we came to Christ, although they overlap.
Yeah. So we're going to be going all the way back, y'all, to 2012?
Yep.
2012. Oh my goodness.
It was summer of 2012.
Was it summer?
It was at the end of summer, beginning of fall.
All right, so we met on OkCupid.
Yeah, so I had just recently come up from the Jersey Shore with an ex and his family who had invited me to come on vacation with them. And the day after we got back, he dumped me. And it was devastating for me at the time because first it was a toxic relationship. It was like a codependent relationship. And it was the first time anybody had ever dumped me. And all of his friends were my friends for a while, and I didn't really have a lot of people around. So after a while, a friend convinced me to start an OkCupid profile because she said it's not always about all dating. You can choose friendship on there. And that's originally what I went on the site for, just to meet new people in the area that I could vibe with.
What's funny about our stories is they kind of happen the same way.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
We were both at the Jersey Shore, and I was dating someone else and who also broke up with me on the trip home. And it was crazy how all that lined up, and we had all that in common while we were talking on OkCupid. The relationship that I was in, before was, it was very high schoolish. It was like, she would break up with me for anything dumb, and then, we get back together. And after like 2 times of doing that, I was like, I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And then I met this one over here, and that girl tried to contact me again, and I was like, nah. I was like, I'm happy now. Actually, weren't we like Facebook dating at that time? When she tried to hit me up again?
You mean it wasn't official on Facebook?
Yeah, that's
Were
what I mean.
Facebook dating? What is
That's
that?
what I'm like. I'm old now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean old as in like, I don't know, like I just do old people stuff.
But yes, it was official on Facebook at that point.
Okay, yeah, so then that's when she decides to hit me up. So there was like a huge gap in between that, because she made me wait how long until you said yes?
I think we met in September.
Well, we're jumping the line now.
Well, not really.
The story line.
It's okay.
Okay.
We're disorganized. This is coming off the cuff. We want it to be natural. We didn't want to sit here staring at a computer screen kind of like we did the first video, because we needed that outline. We wanted to make sure we hit all the points that we wanted. But for this, we just wanted it to be more organic. So I hope you don't mind our crisscrossing timeline.
Yeah.
We met in September.
Mm-hmm.
You messaged me in September, and we saw each other, pretty consistently, and we became an official couple. Like, we put the label on it in November.
Okay.
And then after that, I think it was after the holidays that she messaged you.
Yeah, and after
So
that,
it was
I
like-
was all the way done with her. I was all the way, because I was already like head over heels for you. And then she gonna slide back in talking about, hey, how's it going? What do you want? And then she's like, well, you don't have to be so rude about it. And I was like, I'm happy now. Like, why are you coming back?
That's why she came on.
Yeah, so it was just, there was a lot of things going on in that time period, but we, like, it was super bliss,
Yeah. We had a good relationship off the bat. Like, in the beginning, I would get really weird messages on OkCupid from like really weird people. Shout out to the foot guy who messaged me and asked if he could rub my feet. Yeah, I blocked it. He always says it was him, but I know it wasn't. Like, this guy was crazy. He messaged me once. I thought it was a joke at first, but then he asked if he could pay me to rub my feet, so I blocked him. And the guy created another profile to message me again. But, you know.
And then a third one.
No. You know, I was ready to give up on OkCupid, but he messaged me actually, and it was one of the more respectful ones. He said I was beautiful, that he would like to get to know me and, you know, create a friendship. And that's what I was on there for. And yeah, he said I was beautiful, whatever. I thought it was just a line and whatever. But I messaged him back. He was a little bit, you know, different from the, you know, foot guy. So, I messaged him back, and he was very respectful of, like, my timeline, or so I thought. He told me to message him. He gave me his phone number and said when I was ready that I could text him on there, so we wouldn't have to use the OkCupid app to communicate any longer.
Had game. I ain't gonna lie, I had game,
Yeah.
but I was like super nerd hyped, because I remember the first time she messaged me back, I was playing Call of Duty with my boys, and we were online, and we were playing zombies, and usually I let nothing come between like us and gaming time. Like, that's just, you know what I'm saying? But when she hit me up, I like threw the controller down. Everybody was wondering where I went, everything like that. And I ran outside. I was living at my parents' house at the time, and they had this foyer, and it was a real nice foyer. I actually wish that I had it, because it's all netted and everything, and you can sit outside. Anyways, I'm getting like, I do want to build that though. But so I go out there. I'm, you know, having text message conversation with her for, I don't even know how long it was. But then I say, hey, here's my number. Hit me up if you want. You know, I'm trying to play it real casual, real cool. Even though, like, you can hear my voice now and see how I am. I'm not like how I text or how, you know.
How he came across at first.
Nah,
Mr.
I came
Cool.
across as real smooth. It's kind of like Steve Urkel in.
You were Urkel in your messages, but Steve Urkel in real life.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And then
Stefan Urkel.
So then you actually called. I didn't expect that.
Well, I messaged you and I said, do you have time for a phone call? But we texted for a little bit. It was like a few days we texted. And then I felt a little bit more comfortable, because usually I was the more shy person in a relationship, but I felt more comfortable because all of the conversations were very benign. Like, it didn't seem as though he was just trying to spit game. It didn't seem as though he was trying to just use and abuse and, you know, then lose my number. It seemed genuine. And so I texted him and I said, hey, do you have time to talk on the phone? And again, you were playing Call of Duty with the guys, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I was playing Call of Duty with the guys, and once again, I threw that controller down, headset off, like, or you hear this, and the guys are like, oh my gosh, this girl again. But I ended up going out there, and like, I felt like we hit it off right off the bat.
Yeah.
She just wanted to be friends. I was like, nah, chill, you know, but I don't know, that conversation, I really can't remember it that well. We were talking about each other's voices and how we were happy that the other wasn't like I was happy that she wasn't a dude.
Yeah, because catfish is real, people. Let's be honest.
Like, there were certain things that we were just like, and this was before we actually went out. No, we. It
was before. How could I didn't meet you in person.
And I was like, you sound like you have an Italian accent. It was just like all these like weird like goofball conversations.
It was new. It was all new, and we were learning about each other, and it was cool. And then we met in person, And I got to see Steve Urkel first, Steve Urkel, because he shook my hand when we first met. He didn't even know what to do with himself.
Well, at first she
It
was like
so cute.
undercover spy, like trying.
Oh yes, we met at Barnes and Noble, which had a Starbucks attached, and I totally like staked him out to see if he was who he said he was, because again, catfish is real, y'all. So I texted him and I said, where are you? I just got here. And then I saw him look at his phone and I was like, okay, so that's him. He told me where he was. I went all the way around these bookshelves so that he wouldn't see me coming from the direction that I actually was at. And I came around and he stood up like really fast and didn't know what to do with himself. So he shook my hand quite awkwardly, told me I was too beautiful.
I was like, what are you doing here? Like, you're way too beautiful to be
So
like
cute.
here with me. And she's like, dude, like, I'm just trying to be friends. Like,
Yeah, relax,
and,
calm down.
Yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I had no intentions of just being friends. And I kind of made that apparent because I asked her out like so many times. But that first date was pretty bomb.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a nice time. We just went to the mall. We like walked around from store to store and did a little bit of shopping. And, it was
that's
nice.
all it was supposed to be. Because, like, I didn't get paid yet or whatever, so I was certified broke. Like, I was real broke. And I was dumb nervous if you got hungry or anything, because I'm like, I ain't got no cash. This is the worst. But all it was just window shopping, really, and
I think I did get hungry, but I got like an Auntie Anne's like pretzel, and I paid for that myself.
she paid for it herself.
Well, because,
your boy
listen,
wasn't on nothing.
I'm an independent woman. No,
I mean,
like
definitely.
we
but
didn't really, I just wanted friendship. I didn't think of it as like a date. So you gotta remember, you didn't have to pay for me. I thought we were just buddies hanging out. So yes, I'm gonna pay for myself.
Listen, I wasn't about none of that. I was more so like, this girl is dumb beautiful. Not only that, I cut off 2 other girls
See,
on OkCupid.
He thought he was a player. He had all these messages, all different girls lined up.
I did. I was an internet player. Like, it wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, in real life, yeah. Nah,
Yeah,
in real
but,
life, it was like, I was the nice dude next door.
We gotta remember though, this was before Christ for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
So we were not living the lives that we lead now.
Yeah, I'm sugarcoating a lot of things right now for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because somebody's mom might be watching this, you know?
Yeah. We weren't angels. So
No.
that's all we're trying to get at here. So he was on OkCupid for totally different reasons than I was. And so we started hanging out more and more, and, things started moving more towards relationship, less towards friendship. He would try to hold my hand, and I wouldn't fight it off because I started to really, have feelings for him, but I was guarded. I didn't let him in right away, not the way that, I would have liked to, because of what had just happened to me. I was dumped for the first time. I took it really hard. I didn't want to get hurt again. I had been in very toxic relationships, just to recap quickly, sexually, mentally abused and taken advantage of in many ways. So I didn't want any of that to happen to me again. I was very heavily guarded, and I feel bad now looking back because he was so not guarded. And I was so afraid of then hurting him in the process. He asked me out, I think, a total of 6 times. And every single time I said no. But he stuck around, and I didn't understand why he was still there. But I was grateful. And then he finally, was fed up, and you were like, listen, whenever you're ready to ask me out, you come to me. Because I don't want to hear no from you anymore.
I was so used to getting anything I wanted from, most people. So, people who told me no usually got more of my attention than people who told me yes. It's so horrible. Anyways, so she just kept giving me the I'm not ready's, or I think that you're only in it for the thrill of the chase.
Yes.
And to be honest,
That was part of it. That was part of it.
Yes, I really was. But it was more so like, dang, I can see myself really like with her because she's not like any other women that I've ever been with. For all you single ladies out there listening, hard nose.
Yeah,
Hard
it's okay.
nose.
And it's okay to say no. Set up your boundaries and stick to them. And if they don't respect it, they're not the right person for you. Because he respected my boundaries.
You know.
From the beginning.
I really had. And I'm not the type that's like, you know, forceful touching or like, you know, I'm just going to be like all up on you type of guy. That's just...
So fast forward, we're together. We are, it's official, it's Facebook official, so you know it's real. I met his, no, not yet. I didn't meet your parents yet, but
how you asked me out though. You skipped over that.
What did I do?
What do you call it? We were at, our regular spot was Buffalo Wild Wings. We were there, we were eating some good wings, everything's going like normal, and like, you know, giddy and all that other stuff, and she's got this like look on her face, and I'm like, what's up? And she's like, oh, well, I have a question that I want to ask you, but I don't know if I want to ask it. And I was like, dang, like, this is weird.
Yeah, but you got real anxious real quick. You were like, oh my God, my heart just dropped. What is it? You got to ask me now. You can't just bring it up without asking.
Yeah. And I'm like, what is it? Like, stop being weird. And finally, she was like...
That's one thing you'll learn about me. I snort when I laugh a lot. Sorry.
She asked me to be her boyfriend, and I was like, what? I was so over the moon, so ecstatic. Like, I was really happy.
I had to like hold him down. He wanted to jump on the table and like tell the whole
said it.
restaurant.
I was like, are you serious? Because I'm going to jump on this table.
Yeah.
Like, and the table's pretty tall.
Yeah.
And I was just, you know, about to just shout for joy. I didn't know what to do with myself. And but that was a great day.
Yeah.
A day in history.
Yeah. So one time we're hanging out together right after that. We both sort of get like this vision, and again, this is before Christ, but we both get this vision. And I said to him, I'm like, whoa, I just saw something weird, because it was the first time that anything like that had really ever happened to me. And he's like, what happened? And I was just like, you know, I just had like a weird vision, but I'm scared to tell you what it is because we're so new. I don't want to make you run the other way. And by this point, we had been saying that we loved each other.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love you. I'm like, I don't think that anything short of murder will like make me run the other way, basically.
Yeah.
And so I told him that what I had seen was myself. Like I was myself walking down the aisle to him, waiting for me at the altar.
And like my mouth dropped because I was like, oh my God, I had the same exact, but I was like scared to even bring it up because like...
We were so new.
Yeah, we were so new, and I was just like, what, like, I can't tell somebody this, otherwise they're gonna run away, but she was brave enough to tell me. And not only that, I had fallen in love with her first, I had asked her out first, I saw myself with her first, like, all this stuff, like, you know, and I seen a relationship where she didn't see it, so, I don't know, I experienced things on a more romantic level before her, so I don't know, I received, maybe that's why you were so comfortable with telling me that, but...
I trusted you. Like I said, you weren't like all the other people that I had been with. They'd been abusive in so many ways, and toxic, and codependent, and just so many things wrong with those relationships. And like all the things were right with ours, you know what I mean? Like everything just clicked, everything just worked, and I felt comfortable with you. And that's why I think I told him, and his mouth dropped because he had the same vision, except he was himself watching me walk down the aisle to him at the altar. And like we look back now and we know that that was God telling us that we were supposed to be together before. Like that's just one of the instances in which he called us to him together. And
and at the time, not being in Christ or anything,
it was weird.
It was weird. It was different. I had a lot of commitment issues. Man, I mean, like, I was a messed up dude. I was the type of dude that like said that I loved someone and may have not really meant it, or I said that I was into someone and I really wasn't really into them, or like I've dated people that I had no feelings towards whatsoever, or like I proposed to someone that I had no intentions on marrying, period, and she didn't know this about me at the time at all.
Not really. We didn't really dive into each other's pasts too much, but we know all of that now.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, here we are now,
right,
married with
right.
a child, but at the time, I had so much fears about giving myself 100%.
Yeah.
But
so that vision, it was super weird for both of us because I had been so hurt in the past that I wasn't even sure I was ever going to get married. I wanted it, but I wasn't sure that it was ever going to really happen. And so it was weird for both of us.
Yeah.
But we kind of moved on. Like, we were like, wow, that's crazy. I can't believe that we have the same vision. That's nuts. I love you, babe. And it was just kind of like, I love you too. And we moved past it. Like, that was it. And then
fast forward to 4 to 6 months, we take a break from each other.